Besides
Yeah,
all that, what have you been jamming since the last episode, B?
man, boy, jamming. Oh, let me go look and scan on some stuff, bro.
I'm about
Like,
to say, it don't sound like you was jamming much.
bro, I listen to, man, let me go, bro. Cause B, your boy just been actually, I told you, just been consuming little content. But I listened to it's a guy go by Sir Froderick. He's actually a music producer. He's been around for a while. I actually didn't know about him. And like he seems like a guy I would have I would have known about, but he has an old beat tape he put out called Heartaches and Beatbreaks in 2010. And man, I can't believe I missed out on this. I love this. It's in that realm of like knowledge, like I don't know if you know what's his name? Oblivious. Is it Oblivion? But it's that soul sampling, like dirty sampling, like dope little beats, like short, like a minute to 2 minutes. He gets you with what's those God, I'm trying to like they have like those different skits in the middle of it from like movies. It's just all if you ever listen to a
Like kind of
knowledge.
like Mad Libs and like in the
Yeah, it's similar. It's you could tell he
film.
comes from that tree. He comes from that tree of like Dilla, Madlib, and all that.
Mhm.
And it was a really good listen. And I'm like, I don't know how I never heard of this stuff. He actually put out also a album this year with a rapper called The Food Lord, and I didn't listen to all of it, but I listened to like a few tracks. I'm like, yo, this actually sound good. But I never heard of this guy, B, and I just feel like I found me a little gem. I haven't nobody like from like my peoples in Discords or none of my other like friends that's in hip hop. They never mentioned this guy to me, and I'm like, why? Why y'all never told me about this dude? He's
They
dope.
gatekeeping, B.
Some people are, bro, and I know they know who he is. They just some people don't like to tell, bro. Spread the wealth, but nah, dope beats. I really enjoyed it.
Spread the bread, B.
Hey, spread it, spread the bread. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about a little bit of that. You know what I'm saying? But I want to go and listen to that album in full that I was talking about. It's called Our Daily Bread. Hey, Our Daily Bread. Hey, bro, the cycle continue. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if any of you guys never heard of the producer called Sir Froderick, he's really dope. I don't know his origin of like where he's from, anything like that, but really dope production. But if you want, how much you got? Because I have one more. If you want me to knock it out,
You can knock it out. I got a good amount, but you know I'm not
okay.
gonna go crazy like
Right, right,
end of the.
right.
So, yeah.
So I listened to another album. I heard this years ago, but like I said, I love to revisit albums as a grown man and actually like understand it better.
Same.
And I listened to Cormega, The Realness. And this comes off seeing shout out to Rob Markman. He talked about, yo, this album's a classic, the whole album. And I was like, man, this album in a long time. I don't know if you ever I know you feel familiar with Cormega, right? Cormega,
Yeah,
work with
I
Nas.
gotta see some albums to see if I've ever listened to an album by him, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure if I have, I don't remember it at all.
Yeah, I listened to only two albums from Cormega in my life. The Realness and it's an album he put out in like 20, like 13, 14. I remember it had the blue cover, and I remember listening to it because Dead in Hip Hop, I think they reviewed it. But Cormega, dope MC, very I feel like a lot of Queens rappers, they bring the realism like into like hip hop to me, that storytelling, that making you feel like, that pain or sometimes just the world building. We're gonna talk about that, later on in the review. But this project right here is full of like a lot of loss, and Cormega talks about people he lost throughout the years and people going to prison and just like what the streets can do. And I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. It's no like, to be honest with you, it's not many happy moments in this project, this album. Like I said, it's called The Realness, and and he's speaking how he feel, about everything that's going around him. Like it ain't pretty. You know what I mean? This
Mm.
is the real, you know what I mean? And it came out
Reality
in like
raps, B.
Reality Raps B came out in 2001, and I think like my favorite track on here was like you I say you are you my N word, you know what I'm saying? Are you my
Mm.
nigga? You know what I'm saying? That was dope. And Fallen Soldiers
And
was
you said
dope.
Rob said that this was a classic.
Yeah, he said it was a classic album.
Do you
And
think
no,
it's a
I heard.
classic?
Do I think it's a classic album? I don't
Is it a
know.
classic album or is it a great album?
I think it's a really great album. But it's some albums. I feel like some albums, bro. Like I understand when like some people in a different generation calls it classic. Like I don't expect certain people that's really love 90s to call Kid Cudi Man on the Moon a classic. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that's a classic to me.
Mm.
And I think those this is a classic for certain people in that generation. But the realness, man, this was really good, man. I really enjoyed it. I don't know if him and Nas was not cool anymore around this time at that point. I don't know. I don't know. I wanted to hear some Nas on here because when I
Mm.
look back at it, I'm like, dang, was Nas on this project? But Prodigy was on here. Has oh yeah, Thud and Kiko, really dope track. That's him and Prodigy on there. It was just really dope. And every time I hear like, Prodigy rapping about Kiko, and I just think about the
Mm.
guy Kiko on Twitter, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
About, hey, to slander your favorite rapper, bro. He slandered Wale today. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
Kiko,
I was
chill
like, yo,
out,
I
bro.
gotta stay
Chill,
out of
bro.
this. I was like, I gotta stay out of this.
I just like the tweet and moved on, bro. You know what
Same,
I'm saying?
same. I gotta show my boy Kiko some love, but hey, I gotta
Bro,
stay out of this.
facts, bro. Because how he did Outcast last week, Andre last week, I was like, oh no, bro.
Facts. And he
Hey,
said something. Every time Kiko wakes up and I get on this app, I know I'm not gonna have a good time.
bro, I sent him that Will Smith meme, bro, with his eyes like red, and he just said, "Hey, that's your man." That's what he said. I'm like, oh, bro. I was like, come on, bro, you can't do this to Andre. But if none of you guys, I know y'all, we got some probably younger, middle of the age listeners. I'm pretty sure the OGs heard this album. But even you young guys that's checking this out, just y'all want to go back to the roots, man. Not the roots, but just here's some some real grown man raps, man. Cormega the realness. It's a good listen, but hey, it's some stuff and you like, dang, Cormega, have you had a good day? Like, I'm sorry, I know you miss homie over there, but like, damn, give me some sunshine. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to
Mhm.
think. I think it was one upbeat track on here. I could be capping a little bit, but it was a lot of darkness on there. It was that realness. But yeah, you can go on and talk about what you got because that's all I had. I didn't listen to too much this week.
All right. First thing, I don't know why and how the universe works, but I was like, yo, I'm in an Atlanta mood this week. So I went back to some Atlanta like staples in terms of like albums. No Outkast though, because Outkast I've jammed so much, and I think I might do that this week. But I went to T.I.'s King. God dang, I haven't heard King in a while. Listen to it. I'm like, God dang, this album is still fire. I was like, this album is still good with songs like paying homage to UGK with front, back, side to side. What you know about that? Top back. Those are like the big
Mhm.
songs that people would know from that album. Then I was like, all right, I'm still in the Atlanta bag right now. Then I went to Young Jeezy's The Inspiration. So 102, the
Mhm.
sequel to obviously TM 101. I had to put that tweet up earlier this week. B, I was like, hey, I got TM 102 over 101. I love 102, B. 102 is so heat.
B,
To me, the,
before
the
you go,
production is a lot more dynamic on that one than 101. For me,
B,
for me, yeah.
B. I had to erase that tweet out of my head. I forgot you tweeted that. I saw that. I'm like, I don't even think I liked it. I was like, he did not just say this. I had to erase that from my head and just keep on going. You don't never
B,
disrespect 101 like that. 102 is
I'm
good.
sorry. I love 102. I love 102 more than 101. I've always loved 102 though, but I like going back to it, especially like hearing 101 last year and doing a few listens of it last year and going back to 102. I was like, I'm like, 102 is so good. I got to revisit 103 this year too, since I
I
haven't
love
revisited it
103.
since like middle
I love
school.
10. I love 103.
But yeah, some of the songs, a lot of the songs on 103 come up in like my Spotify recommendations because it's just
Mhm.
the generation of music I listen to. And so I'm like, I gotta get to that 103 soon. But I know 103 is like a completely different bag compared to 102 and
Mhm.
101 though. But yeah,
It
the
is.
inspiration, so hard.
It's
102
good.
is
It's
so
good.
hard. To me, it even has the better singles on that album, B. Go Getter, I love it.
I love it. It's one of them. It's one of the ones.
Go Getter is one of the ones too, B.
Boom, boom, clap. Boom, boom, clap. Come on, bro. Hey, hold up. He got some stuff on
Okay,
here, bro.
no,
And
no, he got
damn,
some stuff on
he got some
101.
stuff
I'm
on
just saying that the,
101,
the
bro.
singles on 102 is better,
102
B.
dope. But hey, 103,
Yeah.
he got some stuff too, though. He got some stuff on
Yeah.
103
Oh,
too.
103. No, he got some stuff on 103 for sure. But he got like to me that was like poppy G, not poppy Jeezy, but like a more radio friendly conscious Jeezy. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
Because
get
it
what you're
wasn't as
saying.
gangsta filled compared to
Because
101 and 102.
you think those hits on, I know this is a whole nother side quest. You think the hits on 103 were they bigger than the hits on the other two?
I
Like with
think
my
I think that
president
at the
is
time.
black.
Oh, that's recession though.
Oh,
That
that
was
is
recession.
recession. I'm bugging. I'm bugging.
But Put On was big. Put On was big. Jeezy has always had a huge look. Jeezy from 101, 102, The Recession, and 103, huge radio hits.
I
Because he
mixed
had
up the
Lose My
albums,
Mind.
B.
He had the remix with Drake on there.
I messed up the albums. I
Uh-huh.
like 103, but I love Recession. That's the one
Oh,
I love.
Recession is heat. Recession is heat.
Yeah,
But I
Recession
will
is the
say
one
though,
I
it
love.
does run its course though, because like I
Yeah.
said, like I think 2 or 3 years ago, I went through Jeezy's some of Jeezy's discography again. I was like, 103 definitely runs its course, just like 101 does to me as well. But I'm
I love
like,
101.
it's they're classics though, classics from back
Hmm.
then. I gotta get the Recession on vinyl. But yeah,
Yeah.
I gotta listen to 103 again too though, but because I haven't listened to that since I was in high school. That and all the Jeezy mixtapes. I'm not going
Hmm.
back to the but speaking of Atlanta, again, went back to another Atlanta legend. Had to listen to a Gucci Man project. I wanted to listen to a sequel project. I'm like, all right, I've been listening to these other sequel projects. I went to Back to the Trap House. I was like, God dang it. Gucci. I am enjoying this right here. It's still that old school trap sound that Gucci had with the doing, doing, doing. Like it had those weird, quirky sounds in there. And I'm just like, this is so Gucci. This is so like trap, like in the mid 2000s. I love it. And another project I had, Chamillionaire's Mixtape Messiah 7. If you guys don't know, I have been doing this revisit of like all these Houston albums for 2005. And I was like, F it. I want to listen to some more Chamillionaire. Went to Mixtape Messiah 7. I was like, dang. And it's the last Mixtape Messiah. So I was like, all right. I get it. I enjoyed
Hmm.
it. I didn't get to listen to the second disc because the second disc is now on streaming, and plus he's removing some of his mixtapes off of streaming as well. So I was like, I want to, even though I got them, I got them, but I just want to listen to it one more time on streaming. And then last thing I listened to was Ken Carson's newest album, More Chaos, which is a sequel to A Great Chaos. I enjoyed it. I thought I wasn't going to. I thought he was going to run his course. I'm like, I'm like, Ken Carson, your rapping performance is better on this album. I'm not gonna lie. Is it the best? Of course not. It's Ken Carson. But in terms of like, Opium kind of having this wave of how Destroy Lonely came out last year, Playboy Cardi came out this year, Ken Carson came out after Playboy Cardi. I'm like, all right. They doing something right now. Destroy Lonely, you looking the weakest out of all of them. But Ken Carson, hey, Playboy Cardi, y'all doing y'all's thing right now. I see some comparisons online, B, and I know it was recency bias. Some people's like, hey, More Chaos over I Am Music. I'm like, all right, now let's pump the brakes. Let's
I
think
was gonna
about
ask you that.
I think Cardi's presence is way more like there on I Am Music, but Ken Carson's production on More Chaos, it reminds me of that Rage style, but it reminds me of older 808 Mafia style because he comes from that family tree of 808 Mafia. I believe he was a producer from 808 Mafia as well. But yeah, he comes from that tree, so it kind of has that plus Rage elements mixed into it, and I'm just like, I really
Mhm.
love this. It's not like it's progressing the sound, but it's a very consistent and cohesive sound throughout the whole project. Where I'm just like, F. I really like this. Ken Carson was doing a really good job on here. I just think Cardi's presence is way more out there, and he's way more of a character because he takes from that Young Thug tree on an I Am Music. So, ugh, I can't compare them. I can't. I'm sorry. I got to give more listens to More Chaos though. I got to give that because I listen to I Am Music a good amount. So yeah,
I haven't listened to that since the weekend drop.
understandable. I'd be at work and sometimes I'm like, F, I need something to listen to. I just put I Am Music on. Just to be like, oh, okay, I'm keeping track of like the time and how long I'm taking on certain things.
My bitch so bad she can't even come outside.
Hey, you say you want to, what do you say? You said she died for me. Well, just
I
die.
mean, I, I,
I was
just,
like, yo.
I like the song "Fine Shit."
Yeah, same.
I just haven't went back to it.
Yeah, I love it. But yeah, that's about it for what I've been jamming. Obviously, I jammed some other Ti stuff as well, like I believe Paper Trail as well. But classic album from Ti. Come on.
Rapping for
But
the
yeah,
hell of it, hella rich. Never should I
never
tell
have
it.
to sell a brick again. Must I tell a trick
Tell a bitch
again?
again.
Oh my god, you was spitting on those perfect songs. Come on. Ready for whatever on top of the world? Oh my God, V, I love that album. But I gotta get that on
Alright.
vinyl. But yeah, that's about it for what we've been jamming. Let us know what y'all been jamming down in the comment section down below. But
Man, shout out to Beyond Beats and Culture.